The 2024 Polyglot Gathering is brought to you by Glossica.
Okay, guys, let's start. And welcome all of you after the lunch. And we're starting with understanding Greek structures. Yorgos?
Γεια σας. Γεια ρε παιδιά. Είμαι ο Γιώργος. I've presented the first part of this workshop. Showing. Okay. Can you see actually? Can you read? Is it clear? Or is it too small? Right. Okay. Let me see. Right. Okay. Sorry about that. I thought you would be able to see, but never mind. Okay. Basically, this workshop is about a structure that will help you. I'll start over. Sorry? Yes. Yeah. Full screen? Okay, sure, yeah. Like that. Maybe like that. Okay. Yeah. Basically, we're going to show you patterns to feel less overwhelmed by Greek. That's all. I'm going to start with... Oh, no, I'll just use a laser. Sorry. We're going to start with this suffix, aro. It's been borrowed from Latin, namely Italian and French, primarily, and Venetian, I guess. It mainly attaches to foreign words, for the most part. You see, for example, that we have... We have shoccaro, motivaro, and okay, you might have noticed the first one, which is kedraro, and you might tell me, το κέντρο είναι ελληνική λέξη. Το κεντράρο δεν είναι από τα ελληνικά. Κεντράρο είναι από το γαλλικό centre. So basically, it was borrowed straight from French, which ultimately came from Greek. So, κέντρο, centre, Latin centrum, centre, meaning to position something in the center. And so essentially, you see that it's not only about it being attached to foreign words, but also about certain words being Hellenized or Grecified, if you want, through it to fit the Greek palate, I suppose. Το φαινόμενο δεν είναι μόνο στα ελληνικά. Στα ελληνικά είναι άρο και στα γερμανικά με τις λέξεις που είναι σε ήρεν και στα ρωσικά σε ήρεβετς. Actually, Russian got it from German. And the interesting thing is that you see a pattern where you have a vowel plus an R sound, so R, and then it's followed by the native ending. So you have an omega in Greek and N in German and avet in Russian, which is basically the endings of the infinitives. Greek is the odd one out. It doesn't have an infinitive anymore. So O is by default the first person singular. Okay, I'll be scrolling down. Sorry about that. I was hoping it would fit in two screens, but never mind. Okay. Okay, on to you. How would you say to troll? Ωραία. Μιξάρω το λέμε στη μουσική πιο πολύ. Στη μουσική, όταν κάνουμε μίξη με like sound editing, sound engineering rather. Yeah. Okay, now we've seen how it works. Έχουμε 4 κατηγορίες. Τεχνολογία, αθλητισμός, μουσική και διαδίκτυο. Διαδίκτυο, ξέρετε τι είναι? Ωραία. Διαδίκτυο είναι internet, έτσι. Ωραία. Okay, let me try to see if you can see now. Okay, this workshop is going really well with all the going back and forth. Can you make out what it says on the right page? Well, let me go. Okay, never mind. Right. Let's at least try to understand what they say, and we don't really need to bother with the categories. No, I don't mean you to read it out. I'm asking you to tell me what it means. Okay. Ροκάρω το λένε στην μουσική. Rock. Το score, ναι. Στον αθλητισμό. Ναι, ναι. Ναι, χακάρω. Όχι το πλησιάζ, no. Χακάρω το λένε στο ίντερνετ. Ναι, to hack, yeah. To hack. Yeah. Ναι, στον αθλητισμό, στο ποδόσφαιρο, στο μπάσκετ. Okay. Σετάρω το λέμε όταν βάζεις Windows στον υπολογιστή σου ή ένα πρόγραμμα, το σετάρεις. Yeah, basically. No, it's not to reset. It's more like to set it up. Yeah, to wrap, correct. Yeah, to set it, to configure it. Okay. Τι είναι λαγκάρο? To lag, yeah. Ναι, όταν το ίντερνετ είναι πολύ αργό. Πού? I don't know, you tell me. What is this? Okay, good. Nah. Yeah. Αυτό? Πατινάρο? Yeah, το έσκε, yeah, from French, έτσι, από τα γαλλικά. Σολάρω σημαίνει ότι παίζω ένα σόλο στη μουσική. To play a solo, basically. Yeah, solar. Solar. Λοιπόν, εδώ είναι 4 λέξεις για το αυτοκίνητο. Αυτοκίνητο? Ναι, okay. Yeah, it sounds like we're in primary school, yeah. Αυτοκίνητο is car, yeah. Κίνητο as in kinetic, moving, and αυτό as in the thing that moves by itself, literally, okay? Like automobile and I'd like you to tell me which languages these words are from. You need to decide on one. Yeah, it's Italian, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's from freno, basically, to break, right? No. Μετά? Μαρσάρω. Ναι, αλλά τι σημαίνει? What does it mean? No, it doesn't mean that. Yeah. Μαρσάρω είναι όταν πατάω γκάζι και το αυτοκίνητο πάει αργά. To rev the engine is basically. To rev the engine. Yeah. Yeah. Φουλάρω. Τι? What? Ναι. Φουλάρω το αυτοκίνητο με βενζίνη. Ναι, ή πετρέλαιο, έτσι. So. Yeah. Nice. Okay. Ίδια λέξη από άλλη γλώσσα. Same word from a different language. We have spicaro and parlaro. Ναι, αλλά ναι, χαχά. Δεν σημαίνουν το ίδιο. Δεν είναι το ίδιο πράγμα. Όχι. Το ένα σημαίνει ότι μιλάω σε μικρόφωνο και το άλλο σημαίνει ότι μιλάω πάρα πολύ. Μιλάω υπερβολικά πολύ. Which one is which? Okay. Ναι. Ναι, τα στερεότυπα δεν είναι καλό πράγμα. Έτσι. Αυτό. Λοιπόν, έχουμε 4 λέξεις. Φλερτάρω, φλεξάρω, φρικάρω και φιλτράρω. Anybody wants to read? Anybody wants to read? Okay, go on. Yeah, it is. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No. I must look really professional doing all that with by. Okay. Okay. Ποιος θα κάνει το 2? Who's gonna do? 2. Συγγνώμη. Sorry about that. Ποιος? Κάνε το εσύ. Ωραία. Ναι, ο τίτλος είναι «Μυστικά για το πρώτο ραντεβού», έτσι. Ναι. Ναι, είναι «Μυστικά για το πρώτο ραντεβού». Οκ. Okay. Το 3. Φλεξάρω, ναι. Ναι, φλεξάρω το ρολόι μου, τα ρούχα μου και την τσάντα μου. Means I flex my watch, my clothes and my bag. Oh. Σωστά, ναι, φρικάρω. Ναι, freak out when I see the bill. Yeah. Huh? Yeah, to freak out, yeah, correct. Correct. Yeah. Okay. Okay, we're done with άρο. Φινισάρουμε με το άρο. Έτσι. Yeah, θεωρητικά μπορείς να μιλάς ελληνικά έτσι. Μην το κάνεις έτσι. I wouldn't recommend it, but technically you can do it. Theoretically you can. If you don't remember a verb. These are some prefixes that used to be prepositions in their respective languages. Most of you are familiar with the second column. Okay, let me try. Basically, the thing is, it was meant to be shown in 2 pages for a reason, but yeah. Sorry? In a way. To be honest with you, most of them you have seen them already. So they do exist in some English words. Υπό, does it ring any bell? Αυτό είναι άλλο, υπό. Ναι. Μπράβο, ναι, υποθετικά. Ναι, υποθετικά, υποθερμία, υποκρισία. Έτσι. Ναι, υπό σημαίνει κάτω, έτσι, υπό σημαίνει κάτω, under. Ναι. And επί used to be. Μπράβο, ναι, υπότιτλος, subtitles, yes, υπότιτλος. Because I keep hearing υπόδρομος is not spelled like that. The word for where the horses run is this. Yeah. Ύπος είναι το άλογο στα αρχαία ελληνικά. Έτσι. There's a horse in ancient Greek. There's a word. Sorry? Υποθάλαμος. Στο ενδιαφέρον. Ναι, και υποθάλαμος. Και υποθάλαμος. Ναι. Ναι, εκεί που τρέχουν τα άλογα, where horses run, literally. That's υπόδρομος, but yeah, it's a different one. Same with υποπόταμος, έτσι. Υποπόταμος, like a river horse, basically. Yeah, exactly. Ναι. Πω? Ναι, υποσυνείδητο, σωστός. Ναι. Συν is basically just like in co. I mean, co, you see it all the time in English and a lot of languages. Το συν είναι και στα νέα ελληνικά. Στα νέα ελληνικά το συν είναι αυτό το μαθηματικό σύμβολο. You should all take a photo now. Anna is basically the same as re. You like to do something again. The a, just like this, comes from δύο. That's it. Just like when you say this or to disassemble, it basically something that used to be one, now is two. That's the etymology. And περί, you already know, like περίμετρος, περιφέρεια. Ναι, διάλογος. Τι? Underground. Ναι, ανάγραμμα, ναι. Αναγραμματισμός, ναι, σωστά. Περίμετρος, ναι. Αυτό. I'm not sure if you're going to remember these. Let's try. Λοιπόν, είναι φέρω στα αρχαία ελληνικά. To bear, same etymology actually. Και φέρω στα λατινικά. It also exists in modern Greek, so φέρνω like to bring, but we're only going to deal with this. Φέρω. Let me try if you can actually see it. Because you do need to be able to... Εντάξει, okay. Ναι, εντάξει, όλα καλά. Can you see it all? Can you see at least this one, the prefixes? Okay, how are you going to say to suffer? Υποφέρω. Huh? It's not sur, it's shu, suffer. You can see before. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not going to be holding the microphone. As I go, you tell me. I'll be waiting. This είναι λατινικά. Συμφέρον means to be to someone's best interest. It literally means to carry along with you something. It's a result that a thing carries along with it, and therefore you kind of benefit from it. That's why it's called to confer and to sympathize. Yeah, a lot. Συμφέρω, yeah, συμφέρω. Υποφέρω, yeah, of course. Στην Ελλάδα είμαστε πολύ δραματικοί, έτσι. Σίγουρα υποφέρουμε. Συμφέρω, yeah, you can say δεν συμφέρει means it's not good value for money, basically. Or... Ναι, το υποφέρω, ναι, το τραγούδι. Oh, sorry. I am the epitome of professionalism today. Είμαι η επιτομή του επαγγελματισμού. Έτσι. Λοιπόν, τώρα λίγο πιο δύσκολο, a bit more difficult. There's no English now. Essentially, we're gonna need to match, you're gonna need to match these Greek phrases, their definitions, essentially, to this column here. There's an odd one out, because I just want to make your life more difficult. Okay. Βίος, ξέρετε τι είναι? Τι? Ναι, life, yeah, life. Βίος, βιώνω. Okay, so the verb from βίος is life. Okay, συμβιώνω. For those who do understand any Greek, the definition says ζω με άλλο means I live with another, I live with somebody else. So that's why in English you say you develop a symbiotic relationship, essentially. Συμβιώνω, ναι. It's not synvion, it's simvion for the same reason you say improvise and not improvise, right? Because the next consonant starts with a, yeah. Yeah, don't go like that. Not everybody knows it, okay? Yeah. Okay. Λοιπόν, μένω στη ζωή. Δεν πεθαίνω, βασικά. Μένω is to stay, right? To remain. Yeah, to remain, to stay alive, basically. Τι? Ναι, επιβιώνω. Είναι survivre, sobrevivere. Καλά, εντάξει, άντε, γεια. Λοιπόν, ναι, sobrevivir και sopravvivere, έτσι. Ευχαριστώ, να σε καλά. Ναι, επιβιώνω. Τι είναι, ξέχνα τα γλυκά, ναι, τίποτα. Ναι, και survive. Okay. Φεύγω από τη ζωή. You're a bit too fast. Give them some time. Yeah. Είσαι πολύ γρήγορος. Φεύγω. Do you know what a φεύγω is? Στα Ιταλικά λέμε φούγα. Yeah, leave. Yes, to leave, to depart, basically. Αποβιώνω. Literally to de-live, essentially, right? Yeah. Φέρνω is basically a descendant of φέρω that we saw earlier. So φέρνω is to bring. It says φέρνω κάτι στη ζωή πάλι. It means to bring something back to life. Αναβιώνω, yeah, to revive, essentially. Ναι. Okay. Ξέρετε την θέση? Πού ξέρετε? Ναι, place. Does this remind you of any word in English? This thesis, yeah. It's called thesis because it's your position on a certain matter, what you believe about something. That's why it's called thesis, right? So thesis means position, essentially. Who wants to read? No, I don't mean that. I mean, we're going to need to fill in the gaps. Θα διαβάσω εγώ, αφού δεν θέλετε. Λοιπόν, ο τίτλος είναι υπερανάλυση. Do you understand that? What does it mean? Yeah, to overanalyze, yeah, overanalysis. Υπέρ είναι το λατινικό super, έτσι. Ωραία. Τι είναι μία μουσική? Είναι ένας μουσικός μονόλογος ή ένας ρυθμικός διάλογος? How would you translate έκθεση into... Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Is there anything more relevant to music that ends with position? What was τι ήταν ο Beethoven? Sorry? Okay, yeah, but he also wrote music, which makes him... okay, yeah. No, so? Synthesis, yeah. Composition literally means to put things together, right? Ναι, συνθετικό, yeah. Ναι. Yeah. So, τι είναι μια μουσική σύνθεση? Είναι ένας μουσικός μονόλογος ή ένας ρυθμικός διάλογος? Δεν ξέρω σίγουρα, αλλά μπορώ να κάνω μία... Τι? Υπόθεση, ναι. Supposition, right, hypothesis. Είναι μια διάλεκτος που πολλές φορές γίνεται μητρική γλώσσα. I'm going to translate the first paragraph so that we are on the same page. So, what is a musical composition? Is it a musical monologue or a rhythmic dialogue? I don't know for sure, but I can make a supposition. I can make an assumption. It is a dialect which oftentimes becomes mother tongue. Αλλά όχι πάντα, but not always. Η ψυχολογία και παίζουν μεγάλο ρόλο. You're too fast, but thank you, yeah. No, διάθεση, correct, disposition, right, your mood, basically. Ένας αργός ρυθμός μπορεί να είναι καλός για ένα ρομαντικό ραντεβού στο μουσείο. So, the paragraph starts by saying, but not always. Psychology and mood play a big part, a big role. A slow rhythm can be good for a romantic date at a blank museo, I guess you understand, I don't need to translate. Ωραία, ευχαριστώ. Έκθεση. Exposition. Και ένας γρήγορος ρυθμός μπορεί να είναι μια καλή σε μια μακάβρια ατμόσφαιρα. Τι? This word exists in English, actually. How would you translate μετάθεση? Okay, yeah, it means a change. So, and a fast rhythm can be a good blank to a... Huh? Τι? What does πρόθεση translate to? Literally. No. You're correct. Πρόθεση does mean, yeah, πρόθεση does, yeah, I'll tell you. Πρόθεση does mean preposition, but also intention. You're correct, but it's not that. I mean, you've said everything. There's only one left. Okay, I cheated here. It's not on the table. Yeah. Another word for contrast. Okay. 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 Yeah, like a contrast or a yeah, basically. Yeah. Okay. Cool. This one also introduces a as in symmetria and asymmetria is why I've added n as in German un, basically. I'm going to make it a bit bigger. Sorry? Yeah. Tome means cut, right? There are 4 words that end in tomo. Okay, yeah. Okay, which one is atomo then? Okay. Do you notice anything between atomo and individual? Any similarities? Yeah, okay. Atomo essentially in ancient Greek, yeah, it was considered to be the smallest unit of matter. That which you can no further divide, essentially. That's what it literally means. And it's the same thing in Latin. And by extension, it also means the smaller unit of society, a person, right? An individual. Okay, you also see that in, as in the cancelling out prefix, and a. How are you going to fill in the others, even if you don't know them in Greek, just based on the prefix? Okay. Many of you might know the word σύντομα, which means soon or briefly. So, yeah. What about abrupt? Απότομα, ναι. An insect? Έντομα, yeah. Etymology. Etymology literally means the thing that has, because their body looks like as if it's cut into sections. Basically, let's call an insect. Etymology. Yeah. Okay. What I find interesting here is that it's not only the prefixes that are similar, it's also the thing that follows, the base word. Essentially, all of these 4 words is a Latin word for to cut. All these words in Latin that follow means to cut or to break. So, concise is from kaido, individual is divido, abrupt, rupo, and insect is seco. Basically. We're getting a bit too nerdy, I think. Yeah. How am I doing for time? 10 minutes. Okay, I think I'll have some time. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let's try to rearrange that. You need to know all the words in every sentence. So if you don't know at least one word, you need to ask me. Because I'm the authority. What goes with what? Let's start with this. Yes, into a sentence. Let's start with Okay, ένας μύθος goes together. Okay. I think it's easier if I just type that instead of doing that, really. Yeah, I'll just type it. I'm gonna sit, actually, I'm tired. All right, so η πολυγλωσσία είναι ένας μύθος. I think you all understand that. What goes together in the next one? You can start by giving me clusters according to what agrees with what, gender-wise or... Okay, για παιδιά is good. What would ιστορία go with? Okay. So polyglotism is a myth, a story for children, and nothing else. Okay. Okay, όταν είμαστε μικροί does not start the sentence though. Sorry? Κάτι που ακούμε, yeah. Yeah. So something we hear when we're little. Or something we hear about when we're little. What is μεγαλώνουμε? Yeah, to grow up, yes, to grow up. And what about αλήθεια? Okay, βλέπουμε. All right. Okay, στα ελληνικά. What would that mean, though? Γραμματικά, ναι, είναι σωστό. Έχεις δίκιο, ναι. Okay, όταν μεγαλώνουμε, is a good... Yeah? Μπράβο. What are you going to do with αλλά? Στην αρχή, σωστά, yeah, and at the start. Yeah. So, but when we grow up, we see that it's not true. Μητρική. Ναι, okay, maternal. What are you going to do with money? Where does money go? Okay. Yeah? Okay. Yeah. Η μόνη γλώσσα που καταλαβαίνουμε είναι η μητρική. The only language we understand is our mother tongue. Xanas, do you understand? Okay. Yeah, okay. Όλες οι άλλες. Όλες είναι φούλση. Yeah. Ναι, είναι. Yeah, all others are forever foreign. Right. Literally all the others are forever foreign. So question. Ευχαριστώ γιατί δεν έχω πολύ χρόνο. But what does mother tongue mean and what does foreign language mean? Stamatai means to stop, right? Stops, literally. When does foreign stop being foreign? Ψάχνω means we search. Αυτός means self. Συνέχεια means all the time. Wow. Yeah, correct. Τον εαυτό μας. Yeah, we keep searching for ourselves. We search for ourselves all the time. We're almost done, don't worry. Oh, sorry, yeah. You could think first. Yeah, what are you going to do with se? Yeah, se is not a pronoun here, it's a preposition. Correct, yeah, in every language that we learn. So we search for ourselves in every language that we learn. Βρίσκουμε is we find. Yeah, and we never find it. Yeah? Yeah, γιατί υπάρχει σε όλες. Because it exists in all of them. What about the last one? Τελειώνει means ends, finishes. Because I completely out of time, I'm going to do it for you. So polyglottism is a tyranny that never ends. Yeah. Λοιπόν, ευχαριστώ πολύ. Αυτό είναι το κανάλι μου στο YouTube. Ναι, αυτό είναι το κανάλι. Ναι, οκ. Και... ναι, και αυτό είναι το site μου, that's my website. But I mean, yeah, you can find them wherever. I'm going to leave you on to Michael. Yeah, thank you. Jesus.
Γεια σας, παιδιά. Τι κάνουμε? Καλά, ωραία. Κουραστήκατε? Are you tired? You want a break?
It's always a
Δεν πειράζει. Ωραία. Okay. Με λένε Μιχάλη. Χάρηκα πολύ. Θέλω να ξέρω πόσο καιρό μαθαίνετε ελληνικά. How long have you been learning Greek? Μέρες, εβδομάδες, χρόνια. Χρόνια. Ωραία. Και μαζί μιλάμε πολλές γλώσσες, έτσι? Ναι, πάρα πολλές. Okay, so I'm going to switch from English to Greek. I'm sorry, this is how I am. This is how my brain works. And yeah, so my part of the workshop is going to be looking at etymology and how we can use the languages we already know to get a head start in Greek, basically. And forgot the other part, hang on. Never mind, we'll get to it, you'll see it. Okay, so Greek, if you haven't already noticed, has more in common with other European languages than you might have thought before you started. And I think probably there's enough of us that the languages that have had an influence on Greek, we probably all know them collectively. At least one person in the room will know one of the languages that has lent a lot of words to Greek if no one else does. So I'm feeling very confident about this. So apart from words, have any of you noticed how much grammar and how many structures are similar in Greek with other Romance languages? It's quite surprising, isn't it? And a relief, no? Yeah? So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through, I'm going to go on a trip backwards in time. We're not going to talk about the modern source of loanwords in Greek, which is English, because frankly, that's really boring. And we're going to look at the languages from in the past that were influential, that were spoken by an elite, that were maybe dominant in the past, and how they changed the face of Greek over the centuries. Well, centuries, yeah. Okay, so, levez les mains ceux qui parlent français. Super. Okay, so we're going to start with French. This is probably before Greek started borrowing English words, French was the source for loanwords. And you might be interested to know that in the 19th century, they really tried to, there was a movement to purify the Greek language of all the Turkish words. And all of the literary elite, they spoke either French or Italian, mostly French. And that's the language they turned to Hellenize Turkish words and phrases. And so what we'll see is that we've ended up with a lot of calques from French, which look very like taken from ancient Greek. And lots of Greeks nowadays believe that these phrases and words are from ancient Greek, and it's stayed in the language for all the thousands of years, when actually it was reintroduced just over 100 years ago or so. So, so can I have a volunteer to read the French words in this first column? Quelqu'un qui parle français? Qui est confident? Yeah? Okay. Uh-huh. Read them in Greek first. Just do it on the list for me. Okay. Is it maybe someone who actually can read? Can read? Yeah? Do you want to go? Uh-huh. Yeah. Uh-huh. Just read down the list for now. Yeah? Yeah? Ne? Bravo. Ne? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Saison. Πολύ καλά. Ωραία. So, ascenseur. What word is that in French, do you think? Ascenseur. What sound changes have happened? Very, very good. Nice technical word there on rounding. Yeah. We like that. Okay. And then something else? So, ascenseur. Ascenseur. Denasalization. That's it. Okay. Then we have radi. Go. Exactement. Okay. So, the older, you'll see that the further back we go in time, there was more of a tendency to add an ending to the foreign word to make it declinable in the language. So ascenseur is rather recent, so no ending. But radi, people are wearing gloves forever. So, they shall go, and we want to say radia. This is always, we always wear two. So, okay, garage, easy one really. What sound change has happened here? Garage. Aha, yeah. We go from je to z because the Greeks can't do it. They don't have it. It's z. It's the closest. Okay, zaketa. Same thing. So it's jacket, but jaquette in French nowadays is for a book, isn't it? So zaketa is a vest. Vest, yeah? Cascol. Cascol, bravo. Kashkol. So we've got kashkol and kaskol. What sound can't the Greeks make now? Sh. Pardon? Yes. So they can't say sh, so they just make it an S. Okay. Calorifer. What's that? Calorifer, which radiator. There you go. Hey. Yeah, there is some overlap. Okay, gobelet. Yeah, complet. So, Greeks don't use it like the French do. When we say είμαστε gobelet, that means we're set. We're all good to go. Είμαστε gobelet. We've got everything we need. That's how you got to think of it. And then lastly, we have saison. Very easy one, yeah. But this is a good example where the original gender has been retained. So most of the time, everything becomes neuter. They're the easiest to decline, or if they don't add an ending, it doesn't decline at all, even easier. But saison, for some reason, kept its gender. So it's I saison, mia saison. Yeah? Okay. Alzi la mano chi parla italiano. Awesome. Okay. Who would like to read down the list for me? Okay, go on. Yeah. Ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ. Λοιπόν, κάλτσα. Τι σημαίνει αυτό? Κάλτσα. Okay. Cucina. Cucina. So, what we have to bear in mind with Italian loanwords is they're not always directly from Italian. They sometimes came through Venetian. So you've got to think twice about these Italian ones. They could be from a dialect or a regional variety. Bastoni. Bastone. What sound changes happened here? What have they done to it? O to U. And what's happened to the ending? Exactly. So they go from E to E because they want it to be more Greek. Yeah? Okay. Braccio. Braccio, bravo. So this has got probably one of my favorite words. It has a roundabout kind of story. So braccio actually comes from ancient Greek. Does anyone know? Yeah, brachium. Yeah, brachion in ancient Greek. So it came back from He went to Italy and then decided, I'm done here. And then came back to Greece as brazzo. Sorry, have I not been holding the microphone close enough? Sorry. Okay. Portofoli. What's funny about this word? What have they done to it? Exactly. So this is also a good example, we'll see again a bit later on, that sometimes the Greeks thought the plural of the word was singular, and so they ended up in the language with a iota. Portofoli. Takuni. Exactly. Okay. Well, go. You have to change the Wikipedia page then, I'm sorry. You'll have to update it. So the uni, but they're adding the one ending, the augmentative. That's what they've done here. Timoni. And fasaria. Sorry, Pilada? Yeah, there you go. So we've got, basically, it was easy for the Greeks to say alpha, so they changed the vowels. Okay, I don't speak Turkish that well, so I can't say it. Who here speaks Turkish? No one? Add it to your list. It's worth it. It's good. Okay, so Turkish loanwords are among the oldest in the language. So they have completely Greek endings. They decline. They're a bit of a pain, to be honest, because it's like they're in parasyllabic. So they add a syllable in the plural, which is always fun. So who would like to read down the list? Well, yes, okay. Boyadzis. Hasapis, bravo. Poligala, bravo. Okay, do we recognize any of these? Yaurti? Yogurt, no. Keftes. Yeah, köfte, exactly. They can't say so they say just like when they did in French. Lekes. No one? So lekes is a stain. Yeah? Look. That will help as well. Great. Okay. Lukumas. Have we eaten these? Have we tried them? Lukumades. Yeah. Yes, exactly. It's not lukumi. That's something else. This is lukumas. Manavis. This is a job. Yeah, grocer. Yeah, that's it. Manavis. Bakalis. Do you recognize this? Anything in Persian? No, unfortunately not. No. So bakal is just the gross. Glut? Oh no, not that. No, then no. So hang on, I've got my list here. I always mix these up. Sorry. Signal me video. No. So manavis, greengrocer, bakalis, grocer. Yeah. Okay. Boyadzis. Yes, very good. So boya, color, and then zis. So if any of you ever go on to study a bit of Turkish, they have this ending j on the end, which signifies an occupation. So boyadzis. And then hasapis. Not hesap, no. Yes, butcher, yeah. Oh, sorry, it was, yeah, butcher. Well done, bravo. Okay. So, let's see if we can work out what any of these are. So we have gripi. Yeah, flu. Yeah, gripi. Kavgas. Yeah, fight. Well done. Yeah. In Serbian, you said? Awesome. This is where it comes from. Yeah. Yeah. Καρπούζι. Watermelon, yeah. Κουβέρτα. Yes, exactly. So we've gone from coperta to cuberta. Κουνέλι. Ορίστε. Rabbit, yeah. Coniglio, κουνέλι. Croissant. Yeah. So the French already complained about how we pronounce this word. Wait till they go to Greece. Croissant is another level, isn't it? Documentaire. Yeah, documentary, yeah. Dunias. Dunias. The world, yeah, that's it. So, with the Turkish words, you just need to take off the ending, and then there you go. Okay. Pandeloni. Yeah, there you go. Pizziriki. Yeah. It's a small something, person. Yeah, it's a small child, Pizziriki. The original is... There you go. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. I'm so glad that someone got that. Okay. Poltrona. Poltrone, yeah. Brisa. For the plugs. Yeah, there's only the electric. Yeah, la prise. Yeah, brisa. Yeah, not breeze, not the air. No. Yeah. Rendezvous. Yeah, nice and easy one. Saloni. Sanda. Yes. A handbag or just a bag. Sanda. Turkish chanta. Cepi. Yeah, pocket. Cep. Jep, yeah. Fermoir. A zip, yeah. Yeah, a zipper. I would say fly. The Americans would say zipper, yeah. Flizzani. A cup, yeah. So this is interesting because the word in Turkish is fincan, but we've got an L there. It came through a dialect. Flinzani, a cup, like a teacup. Yeah, there you go, yeah. See, there are other languages that will help you with Greek. Yes, definitely. Definitely. If you've learned a language from the Balkans, you're set. You're set in a lot of ways. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we're going to look at some sentences now. And I'd like you to see if you can tell me what they're saying. So on this French slide here, got calques. So direct translations from French to Greek. So if someone said, would someone like to read the first sentence? Okay. Do you understand it? Can you work it out? No, c'est-à-dire, tu veux dire, θέλεις να πεις ότι δεν αξίζει τον κόπο. Yeah, don't worth it. Ça vaut pas la peine. Να πάμε στο Παρίσι. Yeah. Okay. Someone else? Next one? If no one raises their hand, I will go on then. Can anyone translate that? It doesn't have to be English. Translate it into your native language. Bravo. Okay, last one. Another volunteer? Go on then. So, σε τελευταία ανάλυση. Any idea? So, τελευταία, do we know that word? Τελευταία? Ορίστε. Yes. So, final. Ανάλυση. So, analyse. Yeah, so I think I can't remember the French now, is it? Yeah, so on derrière analyse, or I can't remember. Damn it. Mostly unprepared, everything but that, never mind. So, like, we could say maybe at the end of the day in English, τα ελληνικά δεν είναι και τόσο δύσκολα. Yeah. Yeah. Or do you still think it is? Okay, let's go on to Turkish now, see if you recognize these. Another volunteer to read? Go on. Δεν έχω κέφι σήμερα. Yeah, would you agree with that, George? Yeah, δεν έχω κέφι σήμερα. Έχω κέφι, μην νησείτε. Hivi? Sure. Yes. Yeah. So you don't have to stop at Turkish. You can go further back. You can go to Farsi, or you can go to Arabic. Yeah? Or Hebrew, yeah. Okay. Next one, another volunteer. Maybe someone over here at the back. Okay, go on. Yeah. So, ο Γιάννης πάντα δουλεύει με μεράκι. Always works, yeah. Yeah, it's hard to translate this word. What would you say, George? Yeah. There you go. Serving save the day again. Okay, last one. So this phrase you hear when you run into a friend that you haven't seen for a long time. Long time no see. Anyone would like to read the Greek? Χρόνια και ζαμάνια. So what's zaman? Time. And chronos is time again as well. So χρόνια και ζαμάνια, they're repeating themselves. Yeah. Okay, so next year when you see me, you go, χρόνια και ζαμάνια, Michaeli. Yeah? Exactly, yeah. Isn't it funny? It's good, isn't it? Yeah? Okay, so could someone volunteer to read the... so this is a dialogue, short dialogue between two people. I'll read the middle bit. Who would like to read the first and last? Okay. Μα γιατί? Ήδη. Bravo, no. Do you understand all of that? Any questions? So, I just realized, δεν βλέπω την ώρα should have been green as well. So, do we know the expression in Italian? Non vedo l'ora. Yeah? So, δεν αντέχω άλλο. Can we translate that? Any language, doesn't have to be English. Yeah. Δεν βλέπω την ώρα να κάνω μπάνιο στη θάλασσα. What? Yes, exactly, yeah. Ναι. Κάνω μπάνιο στη θάλασσα. Και να κάνω βόλτες με το μηχανάκι. Yeah, to drive for pleasure. Yes, yeah. Οι γκρίζες βαλίτσες μου είναι έτοιμες. Yes, my grey suitcases are ready. Addio. So, if you see addio in a phrase book, just know that when Greeks say addio, it's forever. Just like when you say addio, yeah? Stick to yasu, yeah? Stick to yasu. Okay, how are we doing for time? Okay, great. Okay. Okay, so we're going to change the topic a little bit. We're going to move away from words and we're going to talk about grammar now. So, I'm going to give you the good news first, because, So, if you studied German before, anyone study German? Amazing. Okay, so 3 genders, nothing. 4 cases, I've had worse. So especially if you tried Serbian or Czech, yeah? It's nothing. There's even more good news. So if you already speak a Romance language, fortunately, all 12 months of the year, they're masculine too. Few. Continents, feminine, and countries as well, if they end in ia, it's going to, ia or ie is going to be ia in Greek. So note the change in stress here. Italia, but Italia in Greek. And this is the same pattern that occurs throughout. So Γερμανία, Γαλλία, Σουηδία, Νορβηγία, κτλ. Ωραία. Okay, so when asking a question, no need for do, did, did, at last. You can just make the sentence sound like a question. Fantastic. The order of object pronouns is the same, more or less. So unlike in English where they come after the verb, it's all before, and then direct, indirect, whichever way around it would be, whether it's an imperative or whatever else, it's the same. And then why is also etymologically for what? Ya, ti. Woohoo. And then double negatives don't make a positive. So we saw in Yorgos part, then bote, double negative, like ne jamais, and so on and so forth. Amazing. And then when you say things like, I've been learning Greek for years, you probably say like this, I've been learning Greek for years. You don't need to worry with the have been structure, like they've been there since last week. It's just present tense. English is the odd one out, and it always is, it drives me crazy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then there are lots of words in English that require preposition that in Romance languages and in Greek there's no preposition. So we have ακούω, ζητάω, κοιτάζω or κοιτάω, περιμένω, πληρώνω, ψάχνω. No preposition. You might hear πληρώνω για or ψάχνω για, but yeah, good news. And then if you want to say I like something, same structure. It's me gustan los idiomas, mi piacciono le lingue, mu αρέσουν οι γλώσσες. And then, so the modal verbs in Romance languages tend to be really irregular and they're a pain in the ass. But in Greek, they're just regular verbs. So you just have to learn one set of endings and you're done. So these are είμαι, that's the one exception really because of the it is and they are is the regular part. Then we have έρχομαι, έχω, θέλω, κάνω, μπορώ, ξέρω, πρέπει. Do we know all of those? Yeah? Awesome. Okay. So you might have noticed as well, verb endings are strikingly similar. So we've got an o for the first person singular. We have an s for the for the second person singular. And then in the third person, it disappears. So where you have hablas, habla, you get grafis, grafi, just disappears there. And then in the we form, there's an M in there. In the you plural form, okay, in Spanish it's AIS, but in Italian it's going to be ate, ete, so we get the T again. And then for they, we have an N in there. So you can, if you don't know a verb, at least you can figure out who's doing what. So yeah. Excellent news. Now for the bad news. Has any of you ever noticed this? Have you ever noticed that? So tú in Spanish, but su in Greek, but then su in Spanish and tú in Greek. Just, And then this is the last thing I want to talk about, the main thing I want to talk about. Have any of you noticed there's no infinitive in Greek? Is that a pain? No? Okay, well, all right, then you're going to find this easy. But it is true, though, that to say in Greek, I want to drink a frappe on the beach, you need a lot of grammar for that, just for a very what would be an easy construction in a Romance language? Like, what would it, give me an example? Like, θέλω να πιω, it would be. So we've got to know, we don't have to know, we can't know just πίνω, we also need to know ποιο. Like, crazy. So, how do we solve this? So, if you have a phrase in a Romance language, which is just the infinitive, and it's just the idea of the action. So, apprendere idiomas, apprendre des langues, imparare delle lingue. What you need to do in Greek to achieve the same effect is you take the present tense and you take to begin with, and then we need a na, and then the verb in the present tense. So you don't have to know any subjunctive or anything. The second form, like bino, pyo, you can get away with just knowing bino. But where it gets complicated is you've got to then choose, according to the sense, who you're talking about. Is it for you? Is it for us? Or is it for in general? So you'll hear learning languages is fun as το να μαθαίνω γλώσσες έχει πλάκα. For me, it's fun. Το να μαθαίνουμε γλώσσες έχει πλάκα. For all of us in general. Το να μαθαίνεις or το να μαθαίνετε γλώσσες έχει πλάκα. Again, talking in generally. So those are your choices, really. So for the next exercise, just pick one. How would you translate these? So, parler une langue étrangère n'est pas toujours facile. When you think you've got the full phrase, put your hand up. Are we ready? Anyone? Bravo, ναι. Το να μαθαίνω μια ξένη γλώσσα δεν είναι πάντα εύκολο. Okay, number 2. Conoscere tutte le parole è impossibile. Anybody? Well, have a go, all of you, and then when you have a sentence ready, raise your hand. He? Mm-hmm. Αδύνατο, ναι. Okay, so anyone want to give me the full sentence, full translation? Yeah. Okay, no problem. Yes, but it's the wrong case. Yeah. Bravo, είναι δυνατό. So he got the case wrong there. Does anyone know? Raise your hand if you do. Όλες τις λέξεις, bravo. Ακριβώς, όλες τις λέξεις. Ah, yes, I missed that as well. Never mind. Okay. Number 3. I can't speak Spanish though, sorry. Memorizar reglas de gramática es aburrido. Thank you. Gracias. Okay, so if you need the word memorizar in Greek, you can use abostifizo, or you can just say μαθαίνω απ' έξω. Inside out, more or less. Mm-hmm. Are we stuck on aburrido? Βαρετό. Βαρετό. Okay. Can anyone give me the full sentence in Greek now? Έλα. Ακριβώς. Συμφωνούμε. Do we agree? Yeah? I like grammar. Oh, canones. Oh, I don't speak Arabic. I didn't know that. Uh-huh. Okay. See, okay, another language that can help you with the Greek. Okay, does anyone speak German? I don't want to butcher this. Go on then. Και στα ελληνικά, πώς θα ήταν? What would it be in Greek? Το να μαθαίνω. Εξαιρέσεις, μπράβο, πολύ δύσκολη λέξη. Εξαιρέσεις. Είναι δύσκολο, ναι, μπράβο. It was so good. It was so good, I love it. Okay, so next bit about infinitives. After verbs like this, in all the languages that we know more or less, from the Roman side that is, I guess German also does it, you get an infinitive after these verbs where they have a preposition or there's a verb like, I like doing something, I know how to do something. So how do we do this in Greek? We've got some examples here. Would anyone like to read them and maybe translate? Yeah? New. New people. New humans. Are you from outer space or something? Okay, next one. Yeah. So can you translate this for me? Any language? Good. Okay. Next one. Do you want to continue or someone else want to take over? Ξέρω να γράφω. I know how to write. Yeah, I know how to write. There's no boss there in Greek, just like in so scrivere. Yeah. Next one. Yep, I'm starting to understand. Next one. Να κολυμπάω. Yeah, it looks like a U, I know, but it's an E. Okay. Yes. I'm learning how to swim. Τον είδα να έρχεται. I saw him coming, yeah. Are you noticing a pattern? Yeah. Την άκουσα να τραγουδάει. I heard her singing, yeah. Μας έπιασαν να καπνίζουμε. Yes, they caught us smoking. Yeah. Σας είδα να τρέχετε. Yeah, so you're running. So as much as I wanted to avoid relying on English, here you can see in English at least there's always ing. And in Greek it's just na and the present tense. So nice and easy there. Okay. On aime danser. Μας. Μπράβο, ναι. Μας αρέσει να χορεύουμε. So you can see there, the ume bit is agreeing with mas, basically. So we've got to think, okay, what's the first part of that? What's the first part there? And then, ωραία. Okay, non mi piace studiare la grammatica. Really? Τη γραμματική. Όχι γραμματική. Ναι, ωραία. No sé nadar bien. No colimbi, so we don't need to complicate. It's not that complicated, fortunately. No colimbao. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, number 4. Άρχισα, μπράβο, άρχισα, yeah. Να διαβάζω ένα βιβλίο, ναι. You're so good. You're going to walk out of here fluent. Okay, so finishing up with the infinitive. So, in Romance languages, if the subject is the same, the second verb is just going to be in the infinitive, yeah? And it's only when you get to differing subjects that we end up with the subjunctive. Yeah? And then in English, it gets even more complicated because, well, I say more complicated, like you have an infinitive, but what would be the second subject in that sentence becomes an object pronoun. Yeah? Mm? Oh, I love them. I'm going to learn them next. Yeah. Ah, okay. So yeah, so in Greek, when you say θέλω να πάω στην παραλία, in Roman language, literally, this is what you would say. So that's what you've got to bear in mind when you're translating, when you're going from your experience with that kind of that one of those languages and then Greek. And then if you were to change that second half, I don't know, like je veux qu'on aille à la plage. In Greek, all you need to do is just change πάω to πάμε. So it's easy. It's like θέλω να πάμε στην παραλία. Yeah. Okay, so we're ready for four more sentences to translate, and then that's it. Θέλω να ξέρω την αλήθεια. Μπράβο. Θέλω να ξέρω την αλήθεια. Ναι, μπράβο, ναι, μ' αρέσει να κάνω μπάνιο στη θάλασσα. Μπράβο. 3. Ναι, θέλω πάντα να έχω δίκιο. So here we've got tener razón, so to have right is the same in Greek. Έχω δίκιο. Έχω δίκιο. And then number 4. Ναι, δεν θέλω να πάω σπίτι. Θέλετε να πάτε σπίτι? Όχι, εγώ όχι. Όχι, όχι. Ωραία. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that. Follow me on TikTok for more. And if you have any questions, can we do questions? Yeah? How do I do that on here? Oh, is it already up there? Oh, great. Okay, yeah. Okay. George, you have to join me up here for answer questions, because I'm not going to know everything. What is the best way to learn to write Greek? Well, start with the capitals. They're the easy ones. Yeah, in the capitals, you have more similarities to the Latin alphabet. You'll notice them more. And then then after you've mastered those, just match them up with the lowercase, and quite a few of the lowercase letters, they're basically the cursive form, you can think of it like that, of the uppercase. So if you think of zeta, for example, capital Z, but if we want to do it fancy, it's like that, yeah? And I suppose as well, looking out for words that are international, that you could spot easily in a text, and there's plenty of lists of those online. There's books out there as well for learning the Greek script, and they use those things. So, like, I don't know, a hard letter is xi, and then they always teach you that with taxi, yeah? Yes, exactly. But we'll have to be careful there because the names are pronounced differently. And then, like, also, did any of you notice that all of the letter names in Greek start with the sound that they make? Yeah? Yeah, more or less. Like, Yeah, almost all of them. Yeah, omicron and omega. So they both are pronounced o. Yeah. It's only where you have grammatική where you could have a bit of, tricky. Anything? Yeah. Let's say. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so pardon? Okay, so what aspect of the Greek language did you find the hardest to wrap your kefali around? Okay. So when I was growing up, it was definitely the simple subjunctive. Like, I just couldn't understand when... No, it wasn't. It was the accusative. For years, I had no idea when I needed to say, I don't know, κάθομαι στην καρέκλα, πάνω στη καρέκλα, or η καρέκλα. I had no idea. And I didn't figure it out. So I started learning Greek at 8. I didn't really figure it out till I was 16 because no one told me, because the way it had to be presented to me as an English native speaker was just think where the noun could be replaced by him, her, us, and them. That once I figured that out, it was like penny dropped. So I'd say that. Yeah.
The question is, where in Greece should I go on a vacation in order to be more forced to practice Greek? I suppose to a place where it's just grannies and grandpas, just people just monolingual, basically. You will have no other option, really. You just need to speak Greek to them. What city? Gosh. No, actually, I wouldn't go to an island. Because they're used to tourists. But wait, is Karampalis an island? Yeah, I hope this will be cut out in the editing. Basically any mainland remote place, I would say. Yeah.
I think I'd have to agree. Just look out for everybody's someone's babu, and then you're set, really. And then the further into the countryside you go as well, the more remote it is, where just avoid the tourists. And then, but I think the main problem is Greeks, they tend to, if they know English, they'll switch to it very quickly the minute they hear you even stumble a little bit in Greek. So my advice would be really work on your pronunciation, really master those first few sentences that you usually say to like wow them within the first 5 seconds. And then they'll think, okay, I don't have to switch to English with this person. Yeah. And I would add to that, work on your ke, so make sure it's palatized. And abo, shorten it to ab. So abto, abtin, abtus. Don't say abotus. If you say abtus, it sounds much more fluent. And they'll be like, wow, they know so much. How close is ancient Greek to modern Greek? How much ancient Greek can you understand today? Okay, it's probably my favorite question, but it's kind of hard to answer really, because it really depends on how big your vocabulary is. Maybe what other languages you know that have taken other certain words into it that another one might not have. I don't know really. All the basic grammar is the same. Or just the dative is missing. Though I say that, indaxi is dative. Did anyone know that? No? So en is an ancient preposition for in. Daxi, daxis is order. And then the epsilon iota ending is the dative in the indaxi.
It also depends on whom you're reading. So depending on which author you're reading. If you read Xenophon, for example, it's much easier compared to some other one of the famous guys, whatever. It also depends on what exactly do you mean by ancient Greek? Is it just the typical text you get to read, or do you mean, for example, later during the Koine, during Alexander and his descendants, which is closer to modern Greek? Or do you mean Okay, you don't mean biblical Greek because you said ancient Greek, but my point is there is a continuum across which it gets gradually easier as you, move closer to modern Greek.
Να χορεύω ή να χορέψω. Okay, so if it's I like dancing, να χορεύω. Μου αρέσει να χορεύω. The other way you can say it is γουστάρω να χορεύω. Yeah? And have you seen, what was the, you know, not a meerkat, what was he? Like Julian, is it, pardon? Yeah, the lima, yeah. You know, like, I like to move it. In Greek it was γουστάρω να χορεύω. So, gustaro is a synonym for μου αρέσει, and so then it triggers the continuous subjunctive.
Yeah. If you're at least late A2, early B1, you probably know that almost every Greek verb has two aspects, two variants, basically. It's the same if you have studied any Slavic languages, at least most Slavic languages. So the first aspect you ever learn is the imperfective aspect. Basically, this means that it describes a general truth, an ongoing action, or a habitual, repeated action. What you get acquainted with, what you get to know later is the second aspect of the verb, which is basically a one-off complete action, which is called perfective. So if you're going to say, for example, what was the question? Να χορεύω, να χορέψω. Yeah. If you say, for example, μου αρέσει να χορεύω, you would, of course, use να χορεύω because this is the imperfective aspect. And for those who are dumb Russian, it's the несовершенный, basically. Because it's a general truth. I generally like to dance. If you say, θέλω να χορέψω τώρα, now, you would use the perfective aspect because a one-off complete action that you're going to do now. Well, it doesn't really matter when you're going to do it or how long is it going to last. What matters, what you focus on is that is a thing you're going to finish, essentially. You can say either θέλω να χορέψω or θέλω να χορεύω. Both are grammatical, but they mean different things. So if you say θέλω να χορεύω, you would essentially imply that you're talking about something repetitive or something more general. So θέλω να χορεύω, I don't know, κάθε βράδυ, every night. So you use the imperfective aspect, something that shows something habitual, repeated, or, you get the idea. Do you? Good.
I'd just like to add to that if, I can only speak for English here really, but wherever you have the second verb in ing, it's na, present tense. That's one of the key things to remember. And then as George mentioned, there are words that trigger like να χορεύω, like κάθε. And then there are certain verbs that trigger it, like μου αρέσει. And then verbs of the sentences as well, they're always followed by να and present tense. So τον άκουσα να τραγουδάει, να τραγουδήσει. Yeah? And
yeah, because essentially άκουσα is a perfective aspect because you heard it once and that's a complete action. But what you heard him doing is something that is perceived as something continuous. So I heard him singing this word. Yeah.
I love this next question. So if you said θέλω χορεύειν, yes, they will understand you, but you would sound like you're actually straight. You would think you would sound straight out of 2,000 years ago, but actually it's more like 100 and something years ago because, during the purist Karampalis movement, they tried to reintroduce lots of things from ancient Greek, and one of them was the infinitive, and obviously it never caught on. Just, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, θέλω να αγοράσω ένα σπίτι. Yeah, exactly.
You're only going to buy the house once, right? So yeah, that's the point. Yeah.
Θέλω να αγοράζω ένα καινούριο σπίτι κάθε χρόνο γιατί είμαι πλούσιος. Ναι. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Mm-hmm. Η δουλειά μου είναι να αγοράζω σπίτια και να πουλάω σπίτια. Να πουλήσω, πουλάω. Ρε. This TV show to learn Greek. Oh my God. Okay, YouTube is your friend. There are lots of old series on YouTube that you can watch that are just brilliant. You will take at least 10 episodes before you're really used to the speed, to the slang, to the idioms and stuff. But one of the shows that really, really helped me is called Min αρχίζεις di murmura. So min, if you're writing it down, min, M-I-N, mi itani, συγγνώμη. Min αρχίζεις, alpha, rho, chi, iota, zeta, epsilon, iota, sigma. Ti, taf, ita, murmura. Mi, omicron, ypsilon. Mi, omicron, ypsilon, rho, alpha. It means don't start that again. Don't start nagging. The show is about, it follows 3 couples every series at different stages of their relationship. And basically they're all caricatures and you get to learn things like, can you not do anything right? You never listen to me. Do I have to read myself? They say these things over and over again and you'll be amazed at how much you can pick up. And then after that, you've got the old ones like, my personal favorite is Konstantinou και Elenis, just because there are so many memes out there that, you know, and actually the Konstantinos in that show, he speaks in sort of katharevousa, and you will hear infinitives every now and then when he speaks, but he basically translates swear words into ancient Greek. So do you remember the one for like Dispotanos to Kangelo? Do you remember how he said it? Το κυκλίδωμα της...
Το της επιχρήμας εκδεδομένης γυναικός κυκλίδωμα. Σιδηρούν κυκλίδωμα, yeah. I would also add είσαι το τέρι μου, because it has the English subtitles on YouTube. Yes, το παραπέντε, I think not all episodes do, but yes, είσαι το τέρι μου, you're my soulmate, that does have English subtitles. Yeah. Και Ελένες. Ελένες. Yeah. What do you think of Greeklish? For those who don't know, Greeklish is when you write Greek using the Latin alphabet, whether because your device doesn't have a Greek keyboard or for just because. What do I think? I mean, I don't know if the question is trying to trigger some prescriptivism here or anything like that, but yeah. But, well, I personally don't mind it. I stopped using Greeklish online because I figured that women would take me more seriously if I typed in Greek alphabet.
Fair.
But, yeah, I mean, it is a way of communication, you know. There's nothing wrong with it. Hello? Yeah.
Have you finished?
Yeah, you can take it.
Okay, Greeklish is really triggering for me. I don't know if it is for you guys. So when I started learning Greek and the internet really took off to like 2000, 2001, I was going online and everyone was writing in Greeklish and not using the Greek alphabet. And there I was struggling to read Greek and remember words and everything. And what I discovered was you really need to understand Greek phonetics really well in order to decode Greeklish because, you know, with all the 6 E, what they strike the E sound, they can either write it, you've got a few options. They either write it according to the corresponding keys on the keyboard, or they can go by the sound, or what the letters look like. So, for example, theta can be an 8, C can be a 4, omega is a W, or it can be an O. And there's also then, where they write O, where it should be omega, you're never going to know if it's a verb or a noun or an adjective. It's crazy, but to be honest with you, Greeklish is not, I haven't seen it for years, to be honest. And, you know, thanks to the autocorrectoras, everything is much better. It is, yes, it is to bigger things, you're right, yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Okay, thank you everyone. Ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ.
Thank you all for watching. And if you have more questions, you can just catch guys and talk with them, right? Yes.